Hello my friends and welcome back to another video. So if you've been watching me from the very beginning, you probably knew that I didn't have much of a setup. I was a broke college student living in a shared basement and I just didn't have the money to spend on a setup. My setup basically consisted of a 2017 HP Spectre that was pretty much dying and a monitor that I bought on sale because I thought that we were going to be working from home because of a 1 month long pandemic. Then I moved houses around 2 times now, and the only things that have changed is the fact that I was able to buy a monitor mount and a laptop stand to improve my setup. I guess my setup was okay, but it wasn't great. The peripherals were okay at best, and my dark table made my already dark room look even darker. Plus, the cable management was straight up bad. It was just pure garbage. I wanted to build something that would excite me about getting up and working every single day. And with a little bit of cash from work for a work from home setup, I decided that I would begin building a setup that is ideal for me and my needs. And I would try and get it to be perfect, or at least as close to perfect as it possibly can be. So the desk was going to be the centerpiece of my setup. And I knew I wanted to get a motorized standing desk because I would be spending significant time here because work being almost around 10 to 12 hours a day. And being able to periodically stand and sit throughout the day would honestly save my back and it would be really nice. Plus, having used one at office, I figured I wanted to replicate that experience at home. But there was a problem. Most of these standing desks go for a lot of money, an exorbitant amount of money, almost upwards of at least $600 to $700. And I just didn't have that budget with my allowance being just $375. So I scoured the web, and after a little bit of research and a few suggestions from friends, I ended up with this. The Prime Cables Sitter Stand Single Motor Desk with a model name that is longer than the table itself. And on top of that, I have the LACAP 10 table to complete my desk setup. The desk itself was pretty easy to assemble, but it's probably best to assemble it with a friend or another person. It took me 2 days since I tried to assemble it by myself initially, and I also didn't own an electric screwdriver to attach the legs to the tabletop itself. But when my boy Jack came through, it took us around an hour or so to build it out. So the legs themselves are super heavy, and I was surprised by how premium they felt. The black paint was really evenly applied, and it also comes in a wide variant, so it will most likely fit with the aesthetic of your apartment or your space. The legs themselves are also horizontally adjustable, so it supports tabletops of varying lengths, and it doesn't sway too much at the highest setting either. So for most people, I would say that it is a perfect desk for the price at least. Also, it does come with 3 preset sitting or standing positions so that you can easily adjust it on the fly without having to manually press the up or down arrows each time you want to adjust it. However, it's not perfect though. The table doesn't go as low as most other sit-stand desks do, and the weight capacity is half as much of other desks. And my friend was saying how it's pretty slow when it comes to actually moving up or down. So if you have a very heavy PC that you want to put on the desk, it might not be fit for you, but you can also upgrade to the next option, which is the dual motor desk that also is sold by Prime Cables. Also, make sure you screw in the tabletop properly because it will start being unstable, as I found pretty quickly when I was trying to adjust my manual mount. As for the tabletop itself, it's actually straight garbage. I wanted to get the Linman tabletop, but of course IKEA and their supply chain issues, and so I had to go with this. The table itself was fine in terms of quality and texture, but every time I ordered it, it arrived damaged, so I went ahead and got a refund, but I also now have 2 extra tabletops in case anyone wants them. Okay, so now on to the peripherals, which are mostly unchanged. The only 2 new things I bought is this gas spring mount from Nord Bayou, which replaces my previous fixed mount and lets me easily adjust the height of my monitor depending on if I'm standing or sitting. Other than that, I have my 21-inch Acer monitor with a 75 Hz refresh rate. It's kind of small, and in hindsight, I should have gone with at least a 24-inch monitor, but it gets the job done and also has 2 HDMI ports, which is hard to find at this price. The monitor is connected to my PS4 that I only play Warzone on nowadays, and either my Lenovo work laptop, the T14S, or my 2020 M1 MacBook Air at any given time. The wire I use to connect my laptop is a Type T to HDMI cable I got from Amazon, which is super useful because that means that I don't have to use a dongle. To control my computer, the keyboard of choice is the Havit 60% mechanical wireless keyboard. It's not perfect because it doesn't have RGB, but it does have brown Gatron switches, and it was around $45 when I bought it, so I can't complain. I also bought it a few years ago, so it's held up pretty well, and it sounds nice for the price, has minimal lag, and it annoys most people when I'm typing on it. The mouse that I use is the Razer Basilisk X Hyperspeed wireless mouse, and it's been pretty good from my experience so far. This is the new device that I have actually upgraded, and the combination of my keyboard and mouse allows me to switch from my work laptop to my personal laptop in just a few clicks. Now, the mouse and keyboard are sitting on top of an extended mouse pad from Aukey, which has held up really well for its price of around $20. Now, as for my headphones, I use the AirPods Pro, but it usually never stays on my desk, so I figured I shouldn't dwell too long on them. Now, on the right-hand side, I have a desk lamp, which is probably the first thing I will change in the next few months because it doesn't balance my desk out that well. The chair that I use is this gaming chair I bought a few years ago from Amazon. It gets the job done, but for some reason, it automatically lowers when I'm sitting on it for extended periods of time. And it's been yellowing, but it's fine for now. And with that, it's time for the cable management. It took me a good while, but I really pushed through. I used mounting tape and cable clips to individually stick each cable to the tabletop since I absolutely despise wires. Also, I made sure that I can easily remove a single cable without removing the other ones. But if you want good tips on how to cable manage properly, I suggest you look up some videos because I'm probably not the best at it. And I know that using a cable rack would have been a lot easier, but I just didn't want to spend the money and instead individually clipped each cable to the top. Now, the only cable that does hang down is the power cable that attaches to the outlet that is on the floor, which is something that I really like and I haven't seen before. So this was my whole setup, and I really hope you liked the video. I know that it's not the perfect setup because it kind of lacks personality, and so over the next few months, I want to add some succulents, maybe some plants, maybe some pictures, and change a few details here and there to even improve my setup further. But if you like this video, leave a like, a comment, and please subscribe. Also, if you watch the video till the end, comment down below what your favorite food is so that it confuses people. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching and have a good one. Bye.